Hello everybody, welcome to Wine World TV, the best wine show anywhere. I'm your host, Mark Fusco. Before we get started, make sure you're smashing that like button and subscribing to the channel. Every like and subscription helps build the channel. Even better, spread the word to your friends, well, about the best wine show anywhere. It's time for a new year. What does 2025 look like for me? Well, it's complicated. So 2024 was a bit of a hot mess, but the hopefully short version is that by not passing the Advanced Sommelier Theory exam from February, that disrupted my sommelier timeline, kind of. So around the time I got my results, I found out that there was a real possibility that I needed to replace my desktop computer of 7 years. Not just that, but when I thought about it, a lot of my stuff was becoming obsolete and in need of replacement. Now, I got a 55% on the exam. That's 5% shy of passing. And to be honest, that's kind of impressive considering, well, I essentially half-assed my preparation for it. I mean, I didn't do much other than review some important stuff for about 6 weeks, and it wasn't even every day. Well, okay, I mean, I did review every day. I studied every day, but it wasn't like I was studying 4, 5, 6, 7 hours a day. Maybe like 2, 3 hours a day I was truly studying. Back then, I was stressing about a lot, mostly financial, but I felt like I was so close to passing the exam in 2023 that I needed to force myself to do it in 2024. Well, not passing that theory exam last year was kind of a relief, but at the same time, I knew I was about to spend the equivalent to the total exam and more replacing things. Then the channel kind of suffered. I wasn't consistent with putting out content, and when I did put out content, things got pushed back because I committed to other things. Even so, the next several videos for the beginning of this year are from May. Yeah, May of 2024, more than 7 months ago. I have about 2 months of videos from that period of time. I also have around 23 more wines to review, and I've had those wines for over a year, going on 2 years for some of them. And well, as per usual, I'm attending the Texas Hill Country Wine Symposium in a couple weeks. And I may attend Twigga this year in March, not really sure. And I'm not sure how much content either or both will generate, but any content from those will push back the reviews. I mean, at this point, what's another few weeks? It's really not going to matter. So with this said, ideally, I will put out content every single week. Ideally. So in addition to all of this, I plan to start full force into studying in preparation to take my 4th and final attempt at the Advanced Sommelier exam. And when will I take it? If all goes well, 2026, but I'm not going to force myself to do it if I don't feel I'm prepared academically or financially to do it in 2026. If it needs to be 2027, so be it. As far as the videos, when I'm finally finished with my backlog, assuming I finish them all this year, I'll reach out to my samples partners. Hopefully they'll resume sending wines my way. I mean, they already know I've got a huge backlog, so I've avoided taking more samples other than the Prosecco for the New Year's Eve special. And well, yesterday I did tell someone they could send me some Argentine wine. I won't put that at the end of the other samples. I'll put that to the front just so that it's not taking forever. Because at this point, all those other wines, they haven't been reviewed yet, so I'm not going to really worry about the people who've sent them to me. If one more week isn't going to really hurt anything. Anyway, so depending on how often I put out the videos, if I stay on track like I hope to, if it seems that the videos are less frequent after the next group of interviews, just know that I'm still around and I'm just getting ready for a very, very difficult exam. Hopefully, I've set aside the time to both study and finish my backlog. And if it looks like I've taken a pause over the next 12 to 24 months, well, this is why. I love making these videos, and when something comes up that I want to cover, a seminar, event, trade show, or the opportunity to interview someone, well, then I'll take it. And if some things get delayed, well, that's what happens. You know, I'm also haven't been on social media for at least, well, a good solid couple months. And realistically, I haven't been on social media for about 5 months at this point. At least at the point of recording this episode. And once I get full force into studying, which I expect to start this month, or, you know, the month you're watching this, I don't have a reason to get back onto social media on any regular basis. So that's kind of why if I seem to have disappeared other than Facebook, other than YouTube, that's why. Also know this, I'm always thinking about content, whether it's a review, a trip I want to make, or something purely educational. I've always got something in the works. It's just a matter of time, like my sulfite series I've been talking about for at least 3 years or so, and other related content like that. Okay, so that's going to do it for today's show. If you enjoy what I'm doing here, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe, and then tell your friends, and we'll see you next time.